Hi everyone, it's Fitz with the Postgame Walk and Talk. K-State wins 68-58, and if you watched this game, it didn't feel like a game that K-State would win by double digits. But the Cats collected themselves in the second half and got it done against a very pesky Texas Tech team. I'm telling you what, this conference is ridiculous. Texas Tech is now still winless in the conference, and that's a good team. They really are a pretty good team. Well put together. They hammered K-State on the backboards today and made it really difficult for K-State to get things going offensively. But K-State collected themselves in the second half and found a way to win this game. It was impressive by Coach Tang's team. And they really did it in a different way than they have in previous games. They did it with defense, a lot of defense in the second half. Finally, they got Keontae Johnson going offensively. He didn't have a great game, but he did show up in the second half and really started to make things happen for Kansas State. He's just a matchup issue. He's a great rebounder and defender because he's so strong. But he had a take to the rim where the defender just got the hell out of the way and let him dunk the ball. And eventually K-State regained the lead about halfway through this second half. Tech called a timeout and Sandstorm played, and this place went wild as the students chanted KSU. And after that, it was all KSU. K-State really took the game over at that point and just dominated and started to pull away. Not a pretty basketball game. Excuse me, I'm fighting a cold. Not a pretty basketball game in any way. In fact, I'm just going to say it, Texas Tech kind of reminded me of a previous K-State team. They weren't very pretty to watch. They threw the ball up and went and got it and laid it back in whenever they could. They hit some three-pointers, and it just seemed like everything they did was hit and miss, but it was about defense for them, making the game ugly and muddy and gross. And they accomplished most of that, but K-State was able to overcome. Marquise Noel got back on track offensively, didn't have as many assists as I thought maybe he would, and Keontae ended up in double digits also. But a really nice win for Kansas State, and what's remarkable is they went into this game in a three-way tie for first, with Kansas playing at home and Iowa State playing at Oklahoma State, one of the teams towards the bottom of the conference, and both of them lost. TCU just absolutely rocked KU. Iowa State lost late by 2 points, and Stillwater, meaning K-State sits alone atop the Big 12, which means absolutely nothing at this point of the season because they have to go to Iowa State on Tuesday for what will be an amazing environment. But this was an incredible environment for K-State in this game, and there's really not a whole lot to break down with the post-game walk and talk because it was kind of a workmanlike victory for K-State. They had to solve their defensive issues. They had to stop Texas Tech from scoring second chance points. And while Tech did outscore K-State in second chance points, they were able to limit their shooting percentage quite a bit and find a way to win this game. 68-58, much lower scoring what you've been used to, but that might be coming now in the Big 12 as officials seem to be letting teams play a little bit. At least in this game they were, and it was really physical and hard to get to the bucket. And K-State just didn't shoot the ball well. Again, K-State didn't play its best game like it didn't against Kansas, and yet the Wildcats were able to win, and they remain undefeated at home this season as they head into a continuing stretch of games that is just brutal. Of course, the next time K-State will be home will be next Saturday, and they step out of conference for the SEC Big 12 Challenge. They play Florida. Should be an entertaining game. Good matchup for K-State. And see if doom is in full force once again for the Wildcats as they have an out-of-conference opponent coming in here. But boy, if you're Jerome Tang, you got to feel good about where the program's at right now. If you're a K-Stater, you're just having a blast watching Kansas State play basketball, because this team's pretty damn good and pretty damn entertaining, and they're really playing hard for the purple. And it's impressive what he's done in year one. It's amazing what he's done in year one, but so much more to come. It's only just begun. Kansas State wins this game 68-58, and they lift their record too. Hold on, I gotta look. I totally forgot it. 17-2 overall. 17-2 overall, and 6-1 in the Big 12. Next stop, Ames, Iowa, and GoPowercat will be there to watch the Cats and the Clones in the cold, the frozen tundra of Ames, Iowa.